Mike Berman from NBC 5.
It's time to bear down. Mike Berman is here to bring you the best of the Bears.
There's a Berman.
Where?
On the Bears.
Oh. Every hit, every touchdown, every Monday. Berman on the Bears. Brought to you by the Berman Auto Group on the Big 89 WLS.
And before we say hi to Mike, first there was Sid Luckman. Who needs him? We've got Tyson Baggett.
How the Bears call it, a play that's there at Shepherd, so he continues to test himself all the time when he's off the field in downtime. On the move, Tyson Bagent does it again, another rushing touchdown for the rookie from Martinsburg, West.
Mike Berman joins us now. I prefer Baggett. I know his name's Bagent, but I like Baggett. Baggett seems symbolic to me.
Hey, this is your show, Steve. You call him whatever you want.
Hi, Mike Berman. How are you, buddy?
What's going on, gang? Good morning. It's nice to talk to you.
I'm just happy to tell you all that my new best friend, Victor Hovland, won $21.5 million in the last 2 weeks. So we're hanging out until the restraining order kicks in.
Yeah, he's the guy I want to be best friends with, too, for sure.
And we'll get to the Bears in a second, but the other thing I wanted to ask you about, Simone Biles. Yeah. Is she been cleared for landing? Because she clearly spends most of her time in the air.
She's amazing.
She's ridiculous.
She won her 8th national championship, right?
She's ridiculous. A human being should not be able to do what she did. Yeah, I taught
zero gravity.
I taught my 4-year-old grandson ridiculous last night, and he ran with it the whole night. Pops, it's ridiculous. Look at her. And as my granddaughter Abigail pointed out, gravity. Simone Biles doesn't have gravity. Everybody else has gravity. She doesn't.
No,
she really is amazing.
She and Michael Jordan.
Yeah,
that's true. Right.
Well, here's the thing. She's so amazing and impressive. I don't want her to get burnt out or get twisties or get anything before the Olympics.
I think it's funny that she's the old lady
I'm
now.
worried about her. Yeah,
she'll be fine in Paris. She's just going to go. She should just cut to the front of the line, save time, go pick up her medals now.
Yeah.
She's just tremendous. All right, we got to talk about football. The Bears will head into week 1 in good shape, decent shape, or, oh, God. What is your choice?
Let's go decent.
Okay.
I think that we'll find out a lot here over the next couple of weeks in terms of injuries. I think they've had a lot of injuries during training camp, but sometimes it's hard to know how significant those injuries are because, the teams aren't required to release any specifics or really tell you anything about the injuries until you get into that first game week. And then they're required to give injury designations and kind of give you a better idea of what's going on. So at this point, they've had a lot of starters out, but it's tough to know just how severe some of these injuries are. Like, for instance, Tevin Jenkins, one of their starting offensive linemen, he's a guy we know has more of a long-term injury. We know he's not going to be ready week 1, but then you've got guys like Chase Claypool, an important wide receiver, Jaquan Brisker, an important safety. A lot of ambiguity there. So I think taking into account the fact that they probably aren't as injured as they've made it out to be during the preseason, and taking into account the fact that we saw some positive signs in the preseason, like especially with DJ Moore. We've seen him rip off a couple of great catch and runs.
Well, is this one of the ones you were thinking of?
Big to Foreman, good blitz pickup. Fields has time to deliver to DJ Moore, and he breaks away. This is what he does. Big gainer, DJ Moore inside the 35 of Buffalo.
All he does is get big catches and make big gains.
2 catches for 102 yards in the preseason. How do we feel about that average?
It's pretty good. That's 51. That's 51 a catch. I don't know if you know that.
Good math.
Yeah, it's
good math.
That's good.
Quickly done.
And Justin Fields looks great, right?
I think Fields has been fine.
Whoa.
Fine.
I haven't paid enough attention. Why is he just fine?
Well, let's put it this way. We haven't exactly seen the highest degree of difficulty in terms of the passes that he's completed during the preseason. But at the same time, you're not really going to show much, and you're not going to put him in a position where he's dropping back there and surveying the field and throwing deep. So, look, I don't think he proved anything dramatic during the preseason, but I don't think the Bears were really giving him an opportunity to do that. That's by design to make sure that they don't show anything, and B, that they keep him safe and healthy.
I assumed by now that Aaron Rodgers in New York would have been killed by the natives, because he's so annoying and he's such an old hippie, and Soho's not that big. There's not that many places to hide, even in New York. And yet he seems to be off to a pretty good start.
1st and 10 for the Giant 14. Rodgers with the fade for Wilson and the touchdown.
It's just so annoying.
Have you been watching Hard Knocks?
Yeah, I have. Well, not religiously, but yeah, I've seen several episodes. Yeah. Uh-huh.
What's really hard to take is he comes off as just a good, normal dude.
Yeah, he seems likable.
We all know that that's a bunch of bunk.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's not. It's all very, very odd to me. But you get into the season, once the reporters really start to rip him when the Jets show up and turn into the New York Jets, it'll be interesting to see how he handles it.
That's the thing, is let's see what happens when, they've lost 3 in a row. Let's see what happens when he throws an interception that loses them the game. At this point, a lot of positivity, a lot of optimism, and yesterday did nothing to dissuade that, because he played in his first preseason game in 5 years, just getting a little work in with his new team, and he looked solid. He had that touchdown pass that you guys played to Garrett Wilson. So, look, the bottom line is he's in a position to succeed there because that's a good team.
Yeah, they should be better.
He looks happy.
They should have been better last year. Well, and I like their coach. We'll see if it works out.
Let's hope he doesn't do very well. Anyway, let me ask you this, because the deadline for the cuts, for the roster cuts, is tomorrow at 3:00. The Bears have already made some cuts. Are there any out of the people who are already cut or surprises?
I was cut. I just got the notice.
You were cut. Mm-hmm. Nick was cut. Tom was cut. Mike was cut.
I'm sorry. No, I haven't been cut yet. Jeez, Jane.
Out of the Bears. Oh, no, you're not cut out of the Bears. Steve,
no, I haven't been cut.
You're the reporter. Okay, so are there any surprises?
So, Steve's creation of Tyson Bagent, he's also known as Bagent by some other folks. Record-setting Division II quarterback. We were telling him about you last week. Telling you about him. Sorry. It's early, and he's made the team. The Bears cut P.J. Walker already, who they signed. They gave a little more than $2 million guaranteed to be Justin Fields' backup. Right. He's got experience in the league. He stunk during training camp in the preseason, and he's gone. And they're going to roll with Tyson Bagent as the backup quarterback. So that's a significant cut. They also already cut Alex Leatherwood, who's a backup offensive lineman who they brought in last year. He was a first-round pick of the Raiders a couple of years ago, but he hasn't figured it out. So he's gone too. And now by tomorrow afternoon, they got to get that roster down to 53, and they start to go to work with that group ahead of the Packers game.
It's a great Mike Berman, who also is sad about the fact that the big sports story of the weekend was the loss of the great athlete Bob Barker.
I can't believe you're a professional golfer. I think you should be working at the snack bar. You better relax, Bob. There is no way that you could have been as bad at hockey as you are at golf.
All right, let's go.
And, of course, is the great Bob Barker, and Adam Sandler 12-rounder. So,
the quote, "The price is wrong, blank," is an all-timer.
Right.
It's an all-timer.
That's tremendous. Mike Berman, you're the best. Thank you, buddy.
Thank you, Mike.
All right, guys, have a great week. We'll talk to you next week ahead of a real game.
2 weeks to the Packers.
Hit the showers, Bears fans. Berman on the Bears brings you the hits every Monday. Brought to you by the Berman Auto Group, right here on the Big 89 WLS.